So the first guy that I and probably you thought of is Big Bird because, he's just massive, very strong, and he's got that big beak, but I don't think his victory is all that obvious. There's a lot of people that could fight him really well. The first one being Gonger. Yes, he's tiny. He's just a little chef, but he's a chef. He's got a knife. He's never shown to have a knife for obvious reasons, but he's got knives. He's got frying pans, and he's like right at shin level for Big Bird. That's going to be an issue. Oscar the Grouch is someone to consider as well. I think he's going to play, very dirty.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Who knows what he's going to pull out of that trash can. And he just kind of has a bush warfare elements to him. You never know when he's going to pop out. You never know where he's going to be. You have to be accounting for him at all times. Even though he's not the strongest or the fastest or whatever, he might be the sneakiest. And before I keep going, I want to talk about like the hypothetical here. I'm imagining it kind of as a battle royale, like a dark fog lands over Sesame Street or something, and everybody in it now wants to be the only person alive. With that, though, they still have all their regular, character traits. So Cookie Monster is still going to be very high energy. Bert is still going to be a complete cock to Ernie. That doesn't change, but they just have this desire now for blood. And speaking of Cookie Monster, he's a legitimate threat to win this entire thing. If I had to pick someone from Sesame Street to commit homicide, it would be him. He's super high energy. He's hard to pin down. A very good fighter, I think. Hey, buddy. We have to talk about Elmo himself because he's gonna put up a good fight. He's definitionally average. I think of it kind of like Mario. In every game that guy's in, he's just a middle of the road character. There's always someone better than him for certain tasks, but he's always good at everything. He doesn't really have weaknesses. So when we're looking at, a free-for-all, who knows what's going to happen, Elmo's adaptability is important. I think that it would lead to him going pretty far. Does that mean he's going to beat Cookie Monster? No. So it's really looking like the biggest and the most intense fighters are taking control of this game. But there is one person I didn't mention yet that I'm sure at least one person is mad at me for waiting this long to do, and that's Snuffy. Because he's without a doubt the biggest character, in the Sesame Street universe. Snuffy sucks. Snuffy's gonna do so bad in a fight because he's just too big. That makes him not only really slow, but how is he going to defend himself against just the onslaught that happens? When you're in a free-for-all and you are without a doubt the most intimidating looking person, you're going to get jumped. A bunch of people are going to go for Snuffy. He doesn't have the tools to even handle that. Maybe he can get some stomps in, but he's not going to make it out of he's not going to make it out of there alive. And even with it, Big Bird is just a stronger fighter because he's got that beak. He can actually do damage. Snuffy is just big, but that doesn't mean he's good. So I consider the top two to be Big Bird and Cookie Monster, really without a doubt. But is there someone with, I don't know, maybe some sort of magical, abilities that will even out the playing field in any way? The Count is the first one to die. The Count's dead. The Count's dead. He used to be able to hypnotize people, but they took that out because they were scared of kids being fearful of him. So thanks to those kids, he's now just an old guy with nothing to bring to the table. He's slow. He's weak. The only thing you're going to be good at is counting the number of ass beatings you're going to get, old man. It's over. But, there is one person who has the ability to take on Big Bird and Cookie Monster, even at the same time, if she really wanted to. Her powers are just so high, they're completely unmatched by anyone else. This kid has it. She could kill everyone if she wanted to in an instant. Not only can she just completely, teleport wherever she feels at any time, she can also,
my wand.
Here, let me see that.
Okay, but be careful, Johnny.
Don't worry, I'm awesome with wands.
Okay.
Transform, transform, transform. What happened?
Oh, Johnny.
Oh no, Johnny! Don't act like you did that on accident. Literally what? Like, what is stopping Abby Cadabby from just turning the entire cast into a buffet and enjoying a very slow, leisurely breakfast? It's done. There's just nobody that even stands a chance at fighting her. Maybe Oscar the Grouch could, get a sneak on her, but she's a smart kid. She's not going to let that happen. You're not going to get close to her with a knife. You're not going to get close to her with your beak. She wins, just without a doubt. Why hasn't she used her powers before? Why isn't she a queen to be worshipped along Sesame Street? She can absolutely destroy anyone. Why hasn't she done it? Well, that's because the power of friendship is the strongest fighter of all.